Hey guys, what's going on? Tyrauku here. I hope you're all doing great. So as you can see in the background right here, we have some Scarab King running. So right now this is just running on auto. No one on my team has destroy gear, so we're not reducing the max HP. So the shield's perfectly intact. Now, that's not the ideal team situation, but I wanted to make this video to showcase and bring to your guys' attention, if it's not already, the importance of a specific piece of gear. Okay. And I actually seen this strategy initially from MTG Jedi. So I'll leave a link down to his channel below if you guys want to check it out. Feel free to click that link, drop a sub, go check out his channel. But I don't know who first made up this strategy. Maybe he did. But either way, I like this a lot. And today on stream, we actually had two separate, and this actually goes beyond just Scarab King, okay? And I've actually kind of neglected it for a long time myself. But today on stream, I had two different account takeovers. Both of them, people wanted me to help them with Scarab hard floor 30, okay? And they didn't have Vergus. So for me, my go-to champion is Vergus, okay? So you guys may or may not know, Vergus can solo the Scarab King, basically get him good HP, good defense, good resistance, get all his stats perfect, put him in destroy gear, run Scarab King, and you're good to go. He puts the shield up on himself consistently, get him high enough resistance, no strips happen, and you're solid. You don't have to worry about dying because Vergus does really well. Now, you have to bring some DPS for the waves, but you guys can probably see this team obviously doesn't have any champion who places a shield buff. However, there's one piece of gear that they do have, which is a Bloodshield accessory, okay? Now, Bloodshield accessories are amazing here, but maybe you already have a team for Scarab King. They're actually very good outside of even the Scarab King. One key thing is that this shield doesn't duplicate with a shield set, okay? And I'm gonna give you guys an example in the Fire Knight on how that works. But if you're somebody who uses Seer in dungeons, you can have the rest of your allies who take up turns before Seer goes, attacking the enemy, and they'll get the Blood Shield buff on them, which Seer she doesn't care what kind of buff it is. She strips them all, right? So that Blood shield is going to be an extra buff, okay? Now for the Scarab King, this particular strategy, this particular use case, basically all I'm doing is just bringing a ton of turn meter reduction champions. Now, obviously, you don't have to use this exact team. My goal here is just good turn meter reduction. On the accounts I did earlier today, Cold Heart was very popular. In Destroy set, she's even better because she'll chunk down the shield, open it up really quickly, and you'll be able to kill the boss much quicker than the 7.5 minutes. This was just to show you guys that it works pretty flawlessly over the course of a whole battle. Ideally, you don't get hit. Now, there is strategies you can take where the Scarab King does hit you. Basically, you would just keep this buff on. The Scarab King would only hit once. He wouldn't steal the buffs. He would just strip them, I do believe, because you have the shield up. But ideally, you don't really have much buffs at all. I was trying to bring Brogni earlier today, and the issue with Brogni is that he has an unremovable shield, but he has a lot of buffs. So the Scarab King attacks several times, right? So definitely takes a lot of damage to your team. In this team, for other people's accounts, what I would do is I would take Stagnite, whatever, it doesn't even matter actually. I say Stagnite, but honestly, it doesn't matter. I want to decrease speed. I want good turn meter reduction. So a lot of them was like Cold Heart, Stagnite, Armiger. Allure is an amazing champion. She does miss quite a bit of her A1 sometimes. I mean, does weak hit, but as long as she hits them fairly consistently, you're good to go. And as long as you have other turn meter reduction champions, you're solid. So Armiger, Cold Heart, Rosin, another very good one who has a full turn meter reduction on his A3 ability. If it's fully booked, I believe it's a 100% chance to land. So definitely, this is a decent team. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole team. I don't want to finish the run. It could be another 10 minutes. I don't know. But I just wanted to showcase that little part of it. I'm going to show you guys the gear on these champions in case you're curious. But honestly, the gear doesn't really matter. As long as you can get through the waves, perfect. Now, this has great benefits to Scarab King, but it also has a ton of benefits in other areas of the game. And I'm going to show you guys an example in Fire Knight on how it has benefits there as well. So I had Kymar. I'll just show you guys the stats from inside here. So the Doom Tower, let's see, most recently used champions. And this should be a pretty quick video. Honestly, I don't want to take you guys' time too much, but hopefully this can be some value for you all. So speed, he's not even that fast. Accuracy is good. That's my Rosin. Kymar, like I said, you don't have to have Kymar. You just want champions with Bloodshield accessories. He has a lot of crit damage. Holy crap. If he gets a crit, he's hitting it hard. 26% crit rate, though. It's not happening very much, luckily. I don't really want it for the arena. I don't want crit rate for the arena for him. Sylar, pretty fast. Now, she's there for decreased speed, mostly, but the decreased turn meter is very, very, very nice as well. And then Allure, obviously, the turn meter reduction champions are just built to be fast. 292, she's very fast. Now, if you bring other full turn meter reduction champions like Cold Hearts, you can definitely replace the champions in this team. These 4 or 5 champions aren't crucial to the team. This was just an example that I use. So as long as you have really good turn meter reduction, Cold Hearts, Armigers work perfect. Allure locked out to her A1 only works perfect. Lysandras, if you have her. Apothecary to increase your team speed so you're cycling more abilities. Those type of champions work excellent. Now, you'd really want somebody who could do decreased speed on the Scarab King, whether it's Mausoleum Mage, Stagnite, Sylar, doesn't matter who. Decrease speed on the enemy, increase speed on your champion. Really, with the same thing with any dungeon or any content in the game, those two buffs are massive, helping you take more turns and the enemy take less turns, or preferably 0 turns, right? Like I said, I don't want to only talk about Scarab King, but I do want to mention, I do really want to stress that my Bloodshield accessories are not great because I had been selling a lot of them, to be honest. Like, I would get them from the CVC and be like, okay, I don't really want this. I want reaction gear, because the reaction gear is where all the hype has been, right? But that's why I'm missing Barbarian reaction gear. I'm missing, well, I have a few pieces in Barbarian, but I'm missing Bannerlord reaction gear. So I'm pretty sure I've gotten Bannerlord reaction gear before, but I'm not able to equip my Septimus, who could be using his A2 ability on the Scarab, taking big chunks out of his HP, and I don't have this stuff for him. So unfortunately, I can't bring him in. So my pickings are limited, and I don't have a ton of Dark Elf stuff, so I can't really move stuff around very frequently, very freely. Speaking of, I'm gonna have to go ahead and move this back to Lydia in order to showcase her on my Fire Knight team, because the team I have, Lydia wears the Bloodshield accessory. So I believe, maybe she doesn't. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here and show you guys how the shields stack, okay? So it's actually a huge deal if you didn't already know this. Now, I feel like a decent amount of people already know this. It's kind of been talked about and pushed out there, but maybe you haven't heard about it. So definitely, you want to keep all the Bloodshield accessories you have, to be honest. If you have Bloodshield accessories, keep them. They're going to be good. So in this team right here, let's see if Stagnite has Bloodshield. I don't think he does, actually. He may not. Where is Stagnite even at? Stagnite, where you at, dude? All right, okay, right here. So yeah, he actually doesn't have Bloodshield. I mean, I just said I don't have anything for Bannerlords, unfortunately. But Renegade does have Bloodshield, I think. Let's see. So Renegade is down here. So she does not either. She has an immunity set, so she gets that extra buff from there, is where I've been thinking that. Okay, so I had Kymar, but he does the Bloodshield, doesn't have an immunity set. Renegade does have an immunity set. But either way, let me just go ahead and get the point across and show you guys what happens when you have somebody who has a shield set, which my Lydia, you can see right here, shield set, and look at Allure. She has a 2-turn shield set and a 1-turn Bloodshield set, okay? Now, it doesn't matter how big the buff is for the Scarab King as well as for Seer removing all the buffs, okay? The buff could literally be 2 HP, but having that buff there allows the Scarab King to not counterattack and allows for Seer to have an extra buff to remove from everybody so she can run through these areas pretty quickly. Lydia, same thing. I mean, it's literally just one accessory, okay? And it doesn't matter what the accessory is. It can literally be a level 1 accessory that is an attack ring for Rosin, okay? It doesn't matter. The stats have 0 implications on how it actually performs. Now, ideally, yeah, you're going to have a really good ring, right? A really good ring on the champion makes it even better, but you don't have to have that by no means. It works perfectly fine without it. But I know I've been selling a lot of my Bloodshield stuff, so I figure there's some people out there who have been as well. And having done 2 account takeovers today on stream, both for Scarab 30, Scarab Hard, Floor 30, I figure there's quite a bit of people who may have the teams available. And since this Doomtire rotation ends in a few days anyways, I want to go ahead and get this video out there. Maybe you guys can build a team. Like I said, those 2 accounts that I did today were literally both with teams. They had Brogni. Well, one account did, the other account didn't. But they had Brogni in the account. We tried using him, couldn't really get him to work. Tried Miscreated Monster, couldn't really get him to work. And then we literally just built a high turn meter reduction team. If you have destroy sets, perfect. If you don't, it doesn't matter. It's just going to take longer. If you have to A1 with Alert to prevent her from using any other abilities, perfectly fine. Doesn't really matter about the time as long as you get through it, because the Scarab King is a very hard sticking point, I think, for a lot of people, just because of the mechanics of the boss. But with the shield set in the game, it works perfectly. Obviously, I mean, you can go the old strategies of having Metal Shapers, Miscreated Monsters, still a lot of turn meter reduction. But either way, Bloodshield accessories are one accessory that are unique in the fact that you don't need good stats. You don't need anything specific. You just need that buff. You don't even need 2 of them, just 1, okay? We don't care how much the shield is for, just as long as you're getting the shield, okay? And in reality, the shield's very small, so it's not going to be, most of the time, it's not going to make or break anything, to be honest, but definitely something worth looking into. And like I said, it stacks along with a shield set. So you'll have 2 buffs if you use Seer. Now, hopefully if you're using Seer, you already knew that, but if not, it's an easy way to add quite a bit of extra damage to your Seer without changing her gear or bringing in a different champion and moving like immunity gear. It's a lot easier to put a Bloodshield ring on than it is to put a whole entire immunity set, right? So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you got some benefit out of it. Like I said, I was wanting to keep it short, sweet, to the point. Hopefully that accomplished my goal. Shout out again to MTG Jedi, who I did see this from a while back. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to click one of the videos about to pop up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.